Greetings, YouTube. I'm not even going to say happy Wednesday because what we're about to talk about is firing me up to the point of rage. And I try to stay calm. I've given Kabam a lot of credit this week, particularly with the new calendar that's coming out that is really going to be pro player, especially for people who want their hands on more 5-star shards or the 5-star Awakening Gem crystal. That's awesome. But you see, behind the scenes, 3 of my purchases in the past 2 months have been fraudulent by Kabam. What does that mean? That means that when I purchased the purchase in the unit store, it took forever for the thing to actually be credited. And I thought, that's weird. It was almost like it was having a hard time connecting to the server of whatever Mcoc uses through the App Store of charging purchases. When I got the email from Apple that I had been charged, whether that be through a credit card or through iTunes credit, they had double charged me for a purchase. We're talking about, say you bought a $70 Awakening Gem crystal and they purchased, and they charged me twice. They charged me $140, even though the terms and conditions of the sale was limit 1. Like, clearly, the game should have seen that it was impossible for my phone to be charged twice, and yet they didn't care. Now, the good news is Apple has some of the best customer service I've dealt with. I quickly explained the situation, and they refunded one of those purchases, and rightfully so. It's been strange because I've been making purchases in this game since I started almost 4 years ago, but lately they've been very, very frustrating. I feel like I'm pulling the handle of a slot machine and just praying that they don't overcharge me for what I purchase. Well, the Mcoc team has come out with a policy change for refunds that is absolutely all-time WTF. In accordance with our terms of service, any in-app purchases made are non-refundable. Does that mean if you overcharge someone, you just steal their money? And any exceptions that we make are subject to certain conditions. These conditions can include issues with an in-app purchase, returns for unused items, or unopened crystals. But if Kabam is in charge of those conditions and the Apple Store cannot give the refund, I'm just telling you right now, they can say whatever they want in this sentence. They're not going to have the motivation to try to get you a refund. In fact, they're going to try to disprove your allegation. How many help tickets have we seen in the past month that have gone unheard, or that literally the reply makes it sound like they didn't either understand the issue or didn't care to do anything about it? If Kabam has the control over whether or not you get the refund, it is very hard for me to believe that they're going to give you the kind of customer service that you deserve and that, say, the Google Play or Apple Store has given customers in the past. This is monumental to a company that already has a reputation for having some of the worst, if not the worst, customer service representation and just customer service in general. When you make a purchase in the game, those items and resources are yours to use. However, when a payment for those items is canceled or refunded, your account now has items that you haven't paid for. One of our biggest missions is to keep the contest a fair place for our summoners. When an in-app purchase using real-world currency is made and then refunded, it creates an imbalance and unfair advantage. Effective immediately. When a refund is requested for any in-app purchase, the account that the refund is credited to will acquire a negative balance of contest credits, which means, if I'm reading this right, if they charge me $140 for a $70 bundle and then I get my refund, I'm now at negative $70, even though that was their error. Now they are claiming that I maybe will be able to get that $70 back, but I have to depend on them, which is terrifying because you can't really depend on them for anything besides motivation to quit the game most of the time. While your contest credit balance is negative, you will be restricted from making purchases with real money or units, wow, until your contest credit balance is returned to 0. Does that mean that you can't even use the units you gain from, say, arena crystals or milestones in the game until you're... This reminds me of the bursar office at Oklahoma State University where I work, where you can't sign up for classes or graduate, for example, can't purchase textbooks until your balance is zero. And so negative balances for contest credits. All of you who are free to play are probably smiling thinking, I am so thankful this does not apply to me. But for those of you like me who are casual spenders, or certainly anybody above that, this is a major change. I cannot emphasize this enough. The policy change for refunds, if Kabam is in charge of getting you the refund when they screw up, I am so skeptical that they're going to be reliable for this. And I could go on because this is literally making my skin crawl. But I am going to do the right thing, and that is end this video and throw this video online so we can get this discussion on YouTube as quickly as possible. This is a change that I get. People are probably going to defend him and say maybe somebody decided to just get a ton of refunds and take advantage of the system. Lord knows that people have done that before. But those people, if Kabam catches somebody doing hundreds of dollars, for example, worth of refunds because they just want their money back, that's one thing. But to hurt the casual player, that reminds me like what happened with the gifting ability, right? Some people were really abusing it, so instead of punishing the people who were abusing it, they took it away from everybody. Now, when they screw up, especially for those casual spenders, they're going to be punished just as much, if not more, than, say, whales. So this is huge. This is all-time WTF, and I'm shaking my head as I speak into my microphone. Tell me what you think below, YouTube. What a crazy, crazy post announcement.